It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video. Look like Andrew Berry in the front office is loading up, possibly finna land Shedeur Sanders' former teammate and getting a slew of wide receivers. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to the NFL Combine. Let's get it. Let's go. We got to jump right into this story, man. So if you guys have not heard, the NFL Combine is currently going down in Indianapolis, and I'm here to tell you it is a beautiful day for the Cleveland Browns, man. A lot of people thought that they was going to be attacking offensive linemen. To me, I'm not saying anything of that nature. It looked solely like they're targeting wide receivers, big-time wide receivers, and this is beautiful. This is beautiful because we know that that is a big part of where they struggled at last year. Now, do I believe that they need to get some offensive linemen? Yes, but I feel like they could be trying to load up and get veteran offensive linemen, maybe possibly get them at a cheaper rate, NFL minimum. I don't know, whatever the case may be, but I'm telling you right now, news is coming out that they are loading up on wide receivers, bro. So this is one wide receiver right here, and I believe it's a total of 3, maybe 4. It stated the Browns are officially met with Washington wide receiver Denzel Boston at the NFL Combine. He's 1, right? The Browns are officially met with USC Micah Lemon. He's 2, but he's the big one. Jordan Tyson. Jordan Tyson is a former Colorado Buffalo that played with Shedeur Sanders just for one season when he was in Colorado. I believe this is a big-time move for them to possibly get this young man. He got familiarity with Shedeur. I believe if they land him, this is going to be big time. He's a good playmaker. I think this is just a boss move, and they'll possibly getting him. Then we got another wide receiver. The Browns officially met with Ohio State, Cornell Tate. Dog, this young man right here is sensational, bro. Like that. I'm telling you right now, they're loading up on wide receivers. I don't think they're going to get offensive linemen. They loading up on these wide receivers, dog. This wide receiver stated the concession I came away from most people, Cornell Tate, is the best wide receiver in this class. If you're going to take a wide receiver at 6, that's the one. This is the young man right here, straight dog, Ohio State, Cornell Tate. Like that, bro. I believe that the Browns is making some big-time playmaking moves, possibly getting him. Now, we got to shift gears, move forward. We got ESPN Cleveland. Now, this one right here slipped through the cracks. They had actually interviewed Todd Monken. And this is a profound interview because he's comfortable with them. See, you can tell he watched them. He liked them.
Change, you adapt. The game changes. Certain quarterbacks that maybe if they're not as mobile, well, then maybe you have to be a little more RPO driven because the extra element in the box, maybe before you read that extra element, where now you're reading it a different way in terms of the throw game. Maybe you have to get into more cans. You have to get in more ability to get to a premium play rather than just let Lamar make a play. So the initial system is going to be the same, but then you have to adapt to whoever your players are, especially the quarterback. I mean, that's the guy that makes it.
Quarterback. Everybody wants to know about quarterback.
Can you bring that Mark Andrews short yardage play?
Oh yeah, we can do that.
Can you bring Mark Andrews?
No, he's a good contract.
Maybe we can get him in here.
Push alignment.
Well, it got to where like Lamar had been beat up when we first got there, and so we were like, well, how do we get what the Eagles are doing, and how do we get to do that without it being our quarterback? And we started doing it with Mark Andrews, and it was really effective for us. And sure, he can't throw it like Jalen Hurts could, and some of the things you can't do out of it, but when you have Lamar behind you, you can also use him as kind of the tailback, and then it was just plays off of plays, and so I'm a big fan of what we got to, and then the Steelers got to it with Hayward. He was kind of their tush-push guy because they didn't want Aaron Rodgers to do it. So obviously that's a piece of it. And offenses are going for it more than ever on 4th down. So the game has changed in terms of analytics, in terms of what you're processing on early downs. 3rd down is really like a 2nd down if you can get it in a manageable position.
The Tonys will tell you, famous quote in Cleveland Browns history is, play calling is overrated, from the 1980s. But fans are obsessed with who's calling plays and what the offense is going to look like. You talk about the importance of players, but how important is play calling to you?
time when I say play calling is overrated is when we haven't been very good. So that's when it's going really good. I say it's really important. So it's usually the best way to say it. I do think it becomes a lot easier if you've got really good players and a really good staff. I think I compare it to the draft.
Yeah.
Drafting is a lot easier if the process is done right and you've got the board stacked the way it should be, and then you just pick it off of all the work that you've done. So there's a part of that that goes into the game plan. Once you have the call sheet, you should be able to call it freely. Now, where does it come into play? 2-minute, 4-minute, situational football, decision-making, right? That's where it really comes into play, and that's the most scrutinized, right?
Yeah.
4th down, 2-minute, shitty football that looks at on when you're out there playing. So, but the play call itself, to me, is you've done all the work, let it rip.
Right.
I think where you get into trouble is you overthink it, and you end up with 10 on the field, 12 on the field, delay of games. The quarterback's up at the line of scrimmage. He's anxiety-ridden. He doesn't have time to dissect the defense. So everything's about getting the play in, getting up the line of scrimmage, giving him the most time possible to process, and then go from there.
Coach Todd Monken of the Browns is our guest. Coach, have you made up your mind? I apologize if this is too early, but will you hit in training camp and all those kind of decisions? Are you going through all that stuff now? You guys did with the Ravens. They did not here in Cleveland for many years.
No, we're going to hit.
Yeah.
I don't think you can play physical and practice soft. I've never believed that.
Yeah.
I've never believed that you can be that way. And not that the Browns have not. I mean, they've been a physical football team.
Yeah.
But I do think that you got to callous your team. I mean, you just do. I mean, there's still blocking and tackling is the core of what you do. And I don't think you can do it by just being in helmets.
Ted, under John Harbaugh, the Ravens had this phenomenal preseason record. Okay, and you were there for 3 years. Is there value in that?
I don't know. I mean, I wrecked it. I mean, in one of them, I think I was specifically responsible for the Redskins one that wrecked it. We were in 4 minutes, and I threw it. I didn't realize that the streak of 20 ever in a row really
Hanging in the
mattered.
balance, right? Yeah.
Seriously, though, the next day we were in a staff meeting, and I got grilled over preseason 4 minutes,
story.
and I was like, I didn't think this shit mattered. You know, I thought
matters.
it was almost like Will Ferrell, like what was that movie? There was Old School? Where I thought we were in the nest. I thought we were in the trust tree here.
The tree of trust.
The tree of trust. I'm like, I thought we were okay. I thought it was just preseason. I mean, and we obviously weren't. He thought my 4-minute plan was shitty, and but I would say that it matters only in the fact that you should ask your players to compete and try to win it everything.
Everything, right.
And whoever's on the field should represent what we want the Cleveland Browns to look like, irrespective of where they're at on the depth chart. That, to me, is winning.
Yeah.
That as long as they're playing winning football from a physicality and effort standpoint, I think that's where we're at.
All right.
You know?
So that was Todd Monken, man. You guys can check out the full interview on ESPNCleveland.com and their YouTube channel, man. Get down in the comment section. Let me know y'all thoughts about this one. Keep them bells on. I will be back with more content. Until next time, man. Shake the hairs off. I'm out of here, bro. Peace out.